in order to grow up to be a big and strong dragon, you do have to eat your greens, which is why I've got a field full of them here. All right, that's my worst intro ever. Let's get this over with. Hey guys, I'm back. um, I got my I got the updated Rorowa profile. We j- I got all my promos in. I've been testing this a lot to see what I like before set 8, I think it is, drops. Uh, so the ride line hasn't changed. It's still very good to have the extra tokens on board. So the Royal ride line is good, and we have the man of the hour himself, the man with the green thumb. Um, Going on to the grade 3 section really quick. So we have 3 of our Persona rides. Persona rides are still insanely good. And 4 of the order, this is Resolute Pair of Eyes. This is an insane order for the deck, and once set 8 comes out, it's going to be more insane. So on to play it, you have to counterblast 1, kill one of your rear guards, and then it is a set order. And then after you do that, you get to search for a copy of Ready Lina. So you could search out the grade 2, which is what the deck kind of needed. But let's say you have the grade 2. Well, when set 8 comes out, you can grab the grade 3 version, but we will talk about that when we get here. For now, this is just playing 8 copies of the grade 2, which is exactly what the deck needed. The other skill is very good. All of your tokens in the back row get +5, and that does stack. So if you activate like 2 of these in the game, well, your whole back row kind of gets +10, which is very, very nice. It helps deal with Rorowa's issue of just not having a lot of power, because beforehand, like, you would have a token behind your Vanguard and you would swing, it's just 18, and your opponent would be like, okay, sure. But now, like, if you have even one of these, you hit for 23, which asks for a little more shield, which is nice. But also, it means for your Momoke token, you don't have to retire as many if you don't want to, because you're going to get the +5 on it from this. So at base, if you just have one of these out, Momoke is a 10k base, which means Radilina can get +10 from it, which is really cool. But you could obviously commit and like eat like 3 other bodies, get him to, what is that, 35 by himself? No, 25 by himself, which is really good. And because we really don't have anything else to put in besides Inlet Pulse, Inlet Pulse has to go in. He's, this is probably like after Flagberg and Maelstrom when it comes out, this is probably the deck that needs this card the most, because we don't generate advantage and we don't generate soul. So it's the best of both worlds. That's it for our grade 3 lineup. It's a little heavy on the grade 3s, but it is perfectly fine. At least I think it's fine. The grade 2s, for Radilina, she is still the star of this deck and the reason why this deck can actually do something. And the next biggest star is, oh my goodness, I haven't had to read her name yet. It's Candelaria, Delicate Beauty Maiden Candelaria. So I play 4 of this card. Now what does this do? At the end of your turn, you can kill it and make 2 plant tokens. So why is this good? I'll tell you what this does really good. I can call this early down and I can just start beating with it, which is really cool. But also at the end of turn, I can kill it and I have 1 extra body on board now. Why does that matter? Momoke will eat the plant tokens, that you make off of her, and it'll just get bigger. Also, let's say like you have I don't know, Momoke, Radilina, and her on board on your Rorowa turn. You don't even need to call boosters, because you could just let her call them out at the end of turn, which is an extra 10k shield for Rorowa, which is nice, but it's also just free boosters, which is really cool. And yeah, she is kind of like one of, I think after Inlet Pole, she's probably the next best thing that Stocheia has, if I had to put it, because I can't really think of anything else that's more generically good besides like the Zorga ride line. And the last off of the grade 2s, 2 copies of the Maple. Oh no, Get back on here. Come on, come on, come on. 2 copies of Maple because we don't really have anything else, and it is a free body just to keep bringing back. And 2 copies of the uh, name that I will not be able to pronounce because we do run out of Soul still, so Soul Charging 2 is really good. And again, Maple's just a free body. Probably set 8 comes around, it gets cut out for something, but right now it's kind of how we have to play the deck. And the grade 1 lineup is very small, so we play Perfect Guards because Perfect Guards are good. I don't have the Order Perfect Guard in here, so if you have it, you play it. And then 3 copies of Diantha. Diantha is our way to recur back Radiolina, which is very important. And it's also a booster if we need it. The reason that I'm even running this is because I don't remember the set 1 grade 2's name, but that takes a counter and a Soul Blast. This just takes a counter blast. I'd rather pay the counter blast. And that is it for the deck lineup. Very, very straightforward. And then our triggers has stayed exactly the same. We're keeping the over trigger. We got 7 crit. We got 4 draw. And we got 4 heal. Now I know I say this in like almost every profile that I do, but like Stocheia needs to see pieces, so we play 4 draw, right? But it's a lot more important for this deck because what happens compared to other Stocheia decks, right? Like let's say I'm playing Flagberg and I don't see my extra attacker. I'm still getting off. I can still probably get off 4 attacks or 5 attacks. But if I don't see Radiolina in this deck, I can't play. I just have to Soul Blast 1, make 3 tokens, and be like, well, I hope you can defend yourself against these 10k little pokes. You know, you really don't have anything outside of Radiolina, so it's very important that you're seeing her. Even though this order came out, I think it's still important to max on those. And heck, I will be playing 4 draw triggers until they say here is another Radiolina that lets you do something without the original. That's just how it's got to be. This deck kinda doesn't have anything else. And that is going to do it for this profile. It's a very short, sweet one because there's only 2 new cards to really talk about. I do have things to talk about in terms of this grade 2 for other Stocheia decks because this is just an insanely good card. I'm thinking about just like dual mashing both the Zorgas like in one video because it's practically the same thing for both of them. Just the builds will be slightly different because of how they actually are. But yeah, this card, that card has definitely added a new level of not depth, but like help to Stocheia, kind of like how Inlet Pulse did. So yeah, that will do it for this profile, guys. Appreciate you guys for checking it out, watching it, and yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.